It's at this point that we want to store our customization for the AMI. In order to do that, if we go Start, Programs, and EC2 Config Service Settings, this allows us to set the parameters for the XML files for the hypervisor when it starts the instance up. So there are two very important parameters and one parameter of note. So the first important parameter is set computer name. We need to uncheck this because this informs the hypervisor that we wanted to generate a dynamic system name, which we don't need to do because SAP is based upon both the computer name and the IP address. So we'll leave that unchecked. The second parameter that's important is the drive mapping. This allows the hypervisor to assign specific drive letters to volumes when they are attached. Not just at boot time, but any time you attach a drive. So if we go back to ElasticFox, double click on the instance, select the volume ID, and copy it, return to our RDP session and paste it in. And we'll assign it the drive letter that we gave it earlier, which was the drive E, and select Apply. This now means that provided there are no other drives attached to E, when we attach this volume, it will automatically pick up the drive letter E. This is obviously very important in SAP systems because all our database and file structures are all based upon being present at a specific drive letter. So we select OK. The parameter of note that has changed between the S3 and EBS images is the Bundle tab. Previously in Windows 2003 S3 backed images, you had the ability to select a bundle, and what this did was it terminated the instance and started the process of copying that over to an S3 storage area. Now that EBS is all based upon snapshots, this isn't really required, although if you were to click Run sysprep and shut down now, this would have the same effect as when we previously ran sysprep on physical machines that we were building at the time. So we select Apply and OK. We're now in a position to snapshot this system. So we return to ElasticFox, go into Instances, right click on it and create image. We will give it a name of Windows Test Image and a description of the same. As you can see, it's already been given, it has an instance ID. So we'll select OK. This will tell us now that what our AMI ID will be and that the EBS backed AMI is being created and will be available in a moment. It's not strictly true. The process can take up to 15 minutes. And as you can see here, if we filter based upon all my AMIs, you see in true Blue Peter style one that we did earlier. But if I refresh this a couple of times, this will show our new AMI being generated. And this process will take about 15 minutes. So we'll return to this then. Okay, so now that the image has been backed up and snapshotted, as you can see here, it's now available. And if you go into volumes and snapshots, you can see two snapshots that were taken, one of the 30 gig drive and the 10 gig drive. This is very important because if you've finished building your SAP instance and you still have all your drives attached, when you create your snapshot, it will snapshot all the drives, including all the data volumes. Now, on the one hand, this can be very useful, and on the other hand, it can be quite detrimental and quite expensive. On the useful side, for example, if we have a training instance, then all we need to do is snapshot the whole instance, and it means that we can start entire instances for a particular training course. So if, for example, we have 3 training courses, one in New York, one in London, and one in Mumbai, we can simply start 3 instances of the one AMI. The disks required will all be cloned and started. it can become expensive because some of our volumes, for example, our data drive could be set at 100 gig, our backup drive could be 200 gig, all of which would be snapshotted. So we will go back to instances and we'll connect to it. We'll enter the password that we set previously. As you can see, the system name has changed. We'll go in, we'll just confirm the changes are present. Properties. There we know the system name has changed, which is good. And if we open up Windows Explorer, we can see that the drive that we allocated is still on the drive, on the right drive letter. So now, as you can see, we've started a Windows 2008 EBS backed AMI. We've customized it. We've taken the snapshot to store the customization, and the snapshot has been restarted and all our changes stored. Thank you for listening, and I shall see you in the next video.